Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ivatron, and Genshin Impact just tweeted out the Raiden Shoguns, or otherwise known as Ball, her details. So we're gonna go ahead and go take a look at her, and I already have it loaded up here. In the background I do have some Inazuma like OST music playing. I hope it's not too loud, but I just wanted to have something in the background besides just, you know, my voice. So it's not just like, I guess, too boring or anything, but I will be talking a lot, so let's see what she's all about. So today we'll be introducing a new character, the Raiden Shogun, Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, who promised the people of Inazuma an unchanging eternity. So this image is absolutely awesome. I think this is also going to be her image, like when you summon her. So it looks really cool. This ability from her ultimate, I think I've seen from some leaks. So as far as I know, she does use a polearm, so that was confirmed now. And she is supposed to be like a bursty type of character with some support. We're gonna go ahead and see what this is all about. Raiden Shogun is a support character who can enhance her party's elemental burst damage. Okay, well there you go. With her elemental skills, she can increase the elemental burst damage of all party members. Okay. After unleashing an elemental burst, the Raiden Shogun will wield her Tachi in battle for a short duration and restore the elemental energy of all party members. Okay, so that's the sword. Okay, so talents effect. Chakra Desiderata. Look at these attack animations. They're absolutely cool. I don't think they're as cool as Zhongli's, but they're still pretty cool. I think the polearm has some of the best like attack animations out of all the weapons. Okay, so when nearby party members, excluding the Raiden Shogun herself, use their elemental burst, the Raiden Shogun will build up resolve stacks based on the energy cost of these elemental bursts. Okay, so they'll... Is it 1-to-1? Okay, the maximum number of resolve stacks is 60. The resolve gained by Chakra Desiderata will be cleared 300 seconds. That's a long time. After the Raiden Shogun leaves the field. After unlocking the passive talent Wishes Unnumbered, when nearby party members gain elemental orbs or particles, gains 2 resolve stacks. This effect can occur once every 3 seconds. Okay, so she's basically building up this like stack meter. And I'm guessing it has to do something with this skill. The Raiden Shogun unveils the Shroud of her Euthymia, dealing electro damage to nearby opponents and granting nearby party members the Eye of Stormy Judgment. So this little thing here in the corner. And you see like the stacks. I'm guessing this is like that ring around her. These are the stacks that are building up. It seems to attack pretty fast. Maybe not as fast as like Oz does. And like you think of a Fischl at C6, because he attacks pretty much with every basic that you throw, so. But this is still not slow by any means. Okay. When characters with this buff attack and deal damage to opponents, the Eye will unleash a coordinated attack dealing AoE electro damage at the opponent's position. Characters who gain the Eye of Stormy Judgment will have their elemental burst damage increased based on the energy cost of the elemental burst during the Eye's duration. The Eye can initiate one coordinated attack every 0.9 seconds per party. Coordinated attacks generated by characters not controlled by you deal 20% of the normal damage. So, guessing that's like friends? Coordinated attacks generated by characters not controlled by you deal 20% of the normal damage. Okay. Interesting. So here's that circle we were talking about. When nearby party members, including the Raiden Shogun herself, use their elemental bursts, the Raiden Shogun will build up resolve stacks. So here, you can see that like lights up part of the way. It doesn't go fully. Maximum number of resolve stacks is 60. Wow, so is there 60 circles? Like little sticks here? That might... I don't know if this is visually going to be annoying or not. We'll see. So you have 300 seconds. It does last. Okay. After unlocking the passive talent, Wishes Outnumbered, when the party members gain elemental orbs or particles, gains 2 resolve stacks. This effect, right. So we read that earlier. So you can actually charge those up pretty fast, depending on how many particles you're getting. And certain characters bring up a lot more particles than others, right? Also, it says about the cost of the burst. So like if you're using somebody like with a high cost, let's say like Ayaka, whose is like, I think it's 80, then you should presumably get a lot more stacks, right? And here is her ult, secret art, Muso Shinsetsu. Gathering troops unnumbered and wishes uncounted, the Raiden Shogun unleashes the Muso no Hitotachi and deals AoE electric damage. Using Muso Ishin in combat for a certain duration afterward, the damage dealt by Muso no Hitotachi and Muso Ishin's attacks will be increased based on the number of chakra citrus. Okay, so the number of stacks that you have. All stacks consumed when this skill is used. So presumably before you ult with her, you want to build up this whole circle with as much energy gained particles as you can, right? So she's probably going to be towards the last in your ultimate rotation and skill rotation, so you can have the max amount of stacks and do the max amount of damage when you have her ult going. And the animations look really sick. They remind me of Kaching, like how Kaching is kind of like teleporting all over the place. And I mean, that animation is just absolutely like one of the coolest in the game. Alright, let's see. While in this state, the Raiden Shogun will wield her Tachi in battle, while her normal, charged, and plunging attacks will be infused with electro damage, which cannot be averted. Okay, so you can use like Chongyun or what was it, Bennett, like C6, right? With her. Once such attacks hit opponents, she will regenerate energy for all nearby party members. Energy can be restored this way once every 1 second, and this effect can be triggered 5 times throughout the skill duration. So she's basically going to be a battery for your team as well, right? Considering she's also, from what I hear, her weapons like energy recharge, going to be bringing in a lot of particles for your team, and she's going to be charging them up while she's doing damage. So you use your ultimates and your skills, you leave her for last, you bring out the most damage in her ult, right? Because you gained all the stacks, you consume all the stacks, but then while you're in her ult doing all this damage from the fully charged stacks, you're going to bring in even more particles, but it's going to charge the rest of your team up. Okay, I can see kind of how they want you to use her in a party, and I think her kit plays pretty well towards it. Okay, one state the Raiden Shogun's resistance to interruption is increased. Okay, that's pretty good. And she's immune to electro charge reaction damage. Oh, okay, so yeah, because I mean the electro charge makes you like your character pretty much completely stop, right, and gets like so that's pretty good. I'm guessing you don't have this for like a super long amount of time. Doesn't say it right. Almost switch is active. The Raiden Shogun's normal charge and considered elemental burst damage. Okay, so this will be going off of like something like the Noblesse, right? Will affect this. The effects of Mushishin will be cleared when the Raiden Shogun leaves the field. Okay. Oh, okay, so that's about it for her talents. Really cool design, I think. More interesting than I've seen other characters, which are pretty simple. Either DPS or very support. This one's kind of a mix of both. But I do kind of like how she's gonna play. I'm wondering, just the only hesitation I have about her is that Electro, just to me as an element, isn't nearly as strong as like Pyro, or Hydro are. And I think that's the only thing that's really holding it back. But, you know, because Pyro and all those have access to like melt and reverse melt and like, you know, the double damage kind of thing. Electro unfortunately does not do that, but it is a pretty good particle generator, and she seems like she's kind of playing towards that as well. So this will be really interesting to see what kind of like teams people form around her. Okay, so we're gonna get into the story. This image is like really cute, by the way. Her chibi form. Let's see. Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, who promised the people in Izuma an unchanging eternity. Since the dawn of life, humankind has always borne an intense yearning for and curiosity about the world. This is the anchor point of their cognition and is the foundation of all reason. The world of the people of Inazuma is also thus. Their thunder, lightning, wind, and rain are primordial facts of life, as well as light, and the sea, and the Raiden Shogun. Okay, so she's been around for a very long time, right? Babes nestling in their mother's arms hear tales of the Shogun's slaying of many gods and conquering of other races. When young men and women roam the islands, they see the gorge split asunder by a blade of lightning, the pale. Still standing bones of the giant snake. Soldiers take to the battlefield with glory to the Shogun and her everlasting reign upon their lips. The people work in contentment and peace, knowing that the Shogun and her loyal Pride Commission are there. The great name of the Raiden Shogun has long shaken off the shackles of mere life, becoming the eternal traditional belief of Inazuma. People trust in this great name and its might, believing that their descendants shall witness the same sight, that the same faith will form the foundations of their inner world, and that this will pass on from generation to generation. This is the eternal paradise that the Almighty Shogun promised. Wow. So they really respect her and are very loyal to her. And I think we've kind of seen that in some cases. Yeah. But I don't necessarily think this is completely true nowadays, right? A lot of people are also doubting the Shogun, and some are completely open rebellion against her. Voiceover, I'm guessing this is just like some of her lines. Hello. No salutations needed. My exalted status shall not be disclosed as we travel among the common folk. I acknowledge that you are a person of superior ability. Henceforth, you will be my guard. Worry not. Should any danger arise, I shall dispose of you. I'm guessing these are like the lines when, like, you know, she's joining your party and like about joining your party, about this and that or the other. All those different voice lines. That's pretty cool. On a clear day, clear skies can do nothing to hide the brilliance of lightning. Divine bolts can strike even in the absence of... See that tree? Wait, you understand? So, demonstration is not required. Good. I'm guessing we told her, like, hey, we get it. Don't blow up trees, right? Chat the mortal world. The world remains constant over the centuries. Human life is like the dew at dawn or a bubble rising through water. Transitory. Okay. So basically saying the world remains the same, but life changes fast. You know, that's very true. It's a very true statement. About the Raiden Shogun transient. Thunders roar and lightning splash. So ephemeral. This is why reaching eternity is desirable. Actually, this is why reaching eternity is necessary. Oh, okay. The Raiden Shogun's hobby. Foolish question. There are only two kinds of things. Those that must be done and those that must not. What is she eating? These chibi forms are always cute. Even though she's telling you foolish question. Least favorite food. Foolish question. Another foolish question. There are only two kinds of foods. Those that must be consumed to nourish the body and those that harm it. Okay, so she's very rule based, right? Either this or that. You know, there's no middle ground. Command the thunder in all corners of the world to cease. Rest well. Wow, she can do that? All corners of the world? Does she control or have part in all of thunder or in lightning? Or I guess in lightning. In the entire world of K-Bot? Is that? If so, that's like really cool. Wow. I'm really interested to get to know more about her past and how she became this way, right? Because it looks like the way she's acting is fairly new. This wasn't always the case, right? She was once like really beloved by her people. And from what we've seen in the story so far, that's not really the case necessarily anymore. But wow, some of these animations are just so cool. It gets to and it barely fills it up, but then he ults and it fills up quite a bit. But yeah, I think that is how they want you to play her. Really cool though, honestly. I'm kind of excited for her. I was pretty hesitant for a little while just because of the fact that she was Electro, and there's like no Electro necessarily buff coming like there was with like Zhongli, right? So yeah, really cool though. I'm more interested, I think, in the lore of what her story is than actually just her herself. Like obviously I want to play her, right? But I really want to see where the story goes in Inazuma, especially where it's going to end, right? Because is it going to prepare us to go to like a whole new country, or how long is the gap going to be, right? We're a year in to Genshin and this is barely 2.1, right? So this is barely the ending of Inazuma, I guess. Presumably the two new islands that they mentioned earlier. Pretty cool. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I think this is a really different playstyle than I think we're used to so far, and I think that all the Archons are going to be somewhat a mix of support and, you know, damage. It's just for the fact that they're going to last a little longer, right? Some of the older DPS are even starting to slow down compared to some of the new DPSs, right? So they want to keep the Archons around a little bit more. So I think the Archons themselves are going to be some of the more worth banish to summon on because of that reason. And especially Raiden seems like she could potentially be just a whole battery for your whole team. Especially when you have like characters that come out like Ayaka, Eula, with those really high energy costs. And I think this is the reason why they put her in the game, or like put her function the way that she does in the game. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Like the video if you liked it. Besides that, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Yeah, besides that, bye guys.